Welcome to the MentorMeFavors show with Mike and Deidre Favors, where we help leaders, entrepreneurs, and aspiring business owners unlock their potential and scale their businesses. Doc Favors here. Great day, everybody, down here in sunny old Florida. And I'm going to get my seatbelt on because I know how you all are. And we're going to talk about this thing. So I'm inspired. Let me just say this. I saw a clip earlier today about business and, how we get our first starts. And those of us who've been doing this for a while, many people think we just pop out and we just automatically in a position, or we were born with a silver spoon in our mouth or something like that. And that's just not the case, guys. But yeah, when it comes to business, there are certain qualifications or certain things you have to go through, and in order for you to be successful. But there's one main thing in every business, no matter what type of business you're in, guys. There's one main thing, and I'm going to share that with you. But before I do, I also want to share with you how I actually got started. And it wasn't in my 40s or my 30s like many people think, guys. The truth of the matter is, I got my first start in entrepreneurship when I was very young. I was in Detroit, obviously, growing up. And back then, some of you all may not know this, but they used to have this thing where you can collect or you could turn in pop bottles, right? Mom and them go to the store, take a 24 case back, and then you can go and exchange those bottles for 10 cents. So I realized, and cans as well. So I realized that if I took these bottles and got these cans and took them back to the store at 10 cents, 20 bottles or 20 cans would give me $2, right? And back then in the mid 80s, you could do a lot with $2. All right. So I realized that, all right, this is working. What I really realized without realizing, you all, was that the profit margins were amazing, because all I had to do was watch everybody be happy, consume their drink. I don't know if it's too windy. Let me close this right here. Watch everybody enjoy their pop, enjoy their soft drink. And all I had to do was collect and compile. Didn't require too much work, didn't require too much of anything. So that's when I first got my taste. Then I decided to, I want a little more. So I decided to use, maybe get into selling some newspapers. Then I got into doing other things. I started cutting hair, right? Started doing all these things. Why? Because I developed skills that said, you know what? If I'm really going to make something and do something, I need to develop some skills. Because at this time, I couldn't even do a summer job. I was only like 12. Started cutting hair, doing all that at a very young age. And then I realized that if I have a skill, I can offer someone a service, I'm good. So I was getting my cheddar, y'all. But the thing that got me when I got to a certain age is prices started going up. Gas I remember gas was 97 cents. Price was going up and all this was happening. And then I realized if I wanted a nice pair of shoes or something like that, I was going to have to get a job. So I got a summer job. Then the next year when I turned 15, I started working at Kmart. And then I remember working at the airport with my brother for a little bit, maybe. I know he did for sure. So long story short, guys, I said, okay, I need something better. I needed to find something better. So as time progressed, that whole model of trading time for money always used to bother me, guys. Always, especially when you're growing up in a neighborhood like us and you see individuals in the hood, to be honest with you, I'm not glorifying it, but you see them dope boys, right? And they out there getting it. And they out there acquiring a skill. They out there with the commodity that made people feel good, And so I said, oh man. So at about 14, 15, I dibbled and dabbled in a little street activity. I said, wow, I can get this for $40, turn it into $80. And, it wasn't like I was deep into it, but it was what people already wanted. And so then I had to come up with a way to get them to get it from me versus somebody else down the street. Here's the number one thing that I learned that carried me all throughout, even when I got to college. I'm still cutting hair, saving my money, still doing things. And then I had my first son, so I started back hustling or whatever, selling a little dope or whatever, some marijuana. And so I then realized, all right, I got to take this illegal activity and make it legal. Started getting in trouble, so on and so forth. But mind you guys, I'm not glorifying this lifestyle. If I had a better product to sell that would do the same thing, then I would have. But the thing is, many people don't understand that the number one thing that'll help your business grow is your ability and skill set to sell. And many people don't like to sell. They got bad experiences. Some of them don't like dealing with people. So I remember when I got into my first network marketing company, they had us reading all these books and learning the psychology of selling, what selling is. And throughout the time, I got good at it. And I realized that, what? If I really want to write my own ticket and do what and really live come on, man, you just gonna do me like that? That joker cut me off. Yep, he sure did. Made me miss my turn and everything. So anyway, guys, here's what it is. I said, okay, so if I'm going to sell, if I'm going to write my own ticket and really be able to get to a place in life where I can be a success, I'm going to have to learn this skill. Now, here's the thing. Selling isn't everything, you all. The clothes you put on, the house you buy, the car you drive. It's all a reflection of how you position yourself, sell yourself, on how you want to be seen, how you want to be presented, how you want people to take notice of you, right? All of that is selling. Why? Because selling, ladies and gentlemen, is a mindset. Selling is ultimately helping someone get what they already want. So if you learn how to help somebody get what they already want and you can get compensated for it, you can write your own ticket. I remember the first time I heard somebody say they did a 90-minute presentation and got paid $2,500. This was way back in the day. I'm talking about like 2009, 2010. I said, what? I'm in the wrong business. You did 90 minutes worth of work on a stage, did a presentation, and they paid you $2,500. Here comes the skill set. So what? I learned the art of presentation. I learned how to frame whatever good service or product that I had. I learned how to support people in their endeavors. I learned how to present it and frame it in such a way. And this is very strategic. This is an art form right here, guys. I learned how to present it in a way where it was persuasive, but not bullying tactics. I was selling, but not being manipulative or coercive. I heard one person say that if you really want to sell, if you really become good at selling, you'll never sell someone something that you wouldn't want, you wouldn't need, or something that would hurt them. In other words, we're not getting over on nobody. All right. Once I learned those techniques and learned those strategies, guys, business began to go through the roof. Why? Because something has to separate you from your competitors. This is why I teach people and my clients how to do business plans, because you have to do some analysis and SWOT analysis, comparative analysis, market analysis. I'm seriously happy and pleased because my son, my youngest son, who is now in college, his major is business and administration, and one of his assignments is to do a business plan. So I can't wait to talk to him about that, because that's just going to be fun. But what I want you guys to know, I'm at my destination, but what I want you all to know is that if you take the scrutiny, if you take the bias away from selling, for those of you, I don't care if you're on TikTok, I don't care if you're on Facebook, I don't care what social platform you're on, I don't care where you work, if you're selling newspapers, if you're preaching, I don't care what you're doing. You have to be able to meet the people where they are. And so we have to switch our mindset of what it means to sell. To learn the art of selling means to posture yourself, position yourself, promote yourself in a way that makes you the expert that can help someone solve their problem, or that can bring something of value to them. Guys, once I understood this, you're talking about $2,500. I mean, when I first got my first check for speaking for $2,500. Life changing. Why? What? No, ma'am. I'm getting ready to go in. I apologize. No, I'm not the Uber driver. But here's it, guys. It wasn't the money. Trust me. Hear me. It wasn't the money. It was the fact that it worked. That I now had developed a skill set where I could teach and educate and train with value. That I could help a company or business with my leadership skills, with how I educate them, how I do things. And so now you see me talking about one of the courses under the banner of our Essential Leaders Institute. You see us talking about these things. You see us having conversations. I'm having conversations with other leaders and pastors saying, Favors, what is it about all this selling you're talking about? I said, man, when you understand selling from a biblical perspective, I'm going to give it to y'all. I'm not the gatekeeper on information. Okay. If you really understand how this works, people come to me for coaching to help implement. I can teach them and help them get their time back and quickly speed up the learning curve. So everything it took me 15 to 20 years to learn, I can teach you in a year. You see, that's the reason. So according to 2 Kings 2K47, 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 7, there's a story in there about a woman, a wife, a mother who lost her husband. And the creditors came to take her kids, her sons away. And she went to the mentor, which was the prophet. Okay. And she said, this is what I have to do. Listen, you all. And he gave her instructions. She did everything he told her to do to the letter, to the T. She came back and said, here it is. Then he gave her these last 3 instructions. This is life changing. This is game changing, people. He said, take what you have now. Miracle and everything. Show you. Take what you have. Go to the marketplace and sell it. Get the finances, pay off the debt, and then live off the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the core of my newest program. So 1-year mentorship, because some people need to learn how to find out what they have of value that they can monetize and sell. Some people need to learn the process of marketing, how you promote and posture, right? Some people need to learn that. And then some people need to learn the leadership skills, the management skills behind building an estate. Okay. All the things that we do, all of the different businesses that my wife has. Some may need to learn about multiple streams of income and how to use leverage to manage these things, right? In terms of outsourcing, virtual assistants, so on and so forth. We have all of that inside that program. And who would have thought that it presents itself from an ancient biblical principle? The prophet gave the woman wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And the way we present, the way I break it down to you is so practical. It is so not hard as you think it is. But this is why we start with mindset first, because some people, you have a block. You have an old block about selling and what it means to sell. I've counseled pastors whose churches won't grow because they don't understand the concept of selling. You see, everything you sell is not going to be for financial gain. When we position the gospel and we help people, the profit on that is lives getting saved. People turning their lives and experiences transformation. I know some of you all might not like this type of language. Man, you selling Jesus. No. What I'm doing is using Jesus. Yes, I am. Yep, I'm selling Jesus. But I'm selling it in a way to where it is my understanding. Selling is helping people get what they want. So if you come to me and say, I'm having money issues, I don't know what to do, and you're a believer, I'm a believer. What happens is, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, do you give? Because the Bible says you have to give to receive. Give, and it shall be given back to you. These are principles, you all, that are in everything. Even people who don't believe operate in philanthropy. Come on, people. Somebody talk to me now. You see? So this is the number one thing that many people stay away from. And this is the main thing that you need to go to, especially in the climate that we're in. I heard a great man by the name of Jim Rohn. He said this. He said, he said, and I think Earl Nightingale said it too. The most wealthiest people on the planet are gifted in the art of sales, because you stop working for a paycheck and you start working for profits, profit margins. When you talk about business, P&L statements, as I said earlier, multiple streams of income, CPAs, taxes, all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, all of that is business language. And if you want to be progressive, and even in the church, the administration side of the church, which many people just want to teach and preach, that's the easy part. You got to get to the way where you can manage what God has given you. That's called stewardship. And in the administration side, see, you got to learn how to budget. You got to learn how to raise the funds. So you have to know the art of selling. And up under that is persuasion, giftedness, and the whole nine. You got to sell your vision to the people if they're going to follow you people. You see? So if we can shift our mindset about what selling is and really understand that selling is a mindset. It is the ability to posture yourself, position yourself, promote yourself in a way where you help someone get what they already desire. If they already want, if they want change, then I'm going to tell you, this Jesus we preach is all about change, transformation. John 10:10, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. You all hear me? But we have to be able to see these things. And when that revelation came to me, 2 Kings 2K47, when I saw it, I said, God, you've given me a gift that I'm finna take it to all and to everybody who want to hear it, to everybody who want to know the secret, to the system. There it is. Now, the next thing obviously is implementation. If you want to learn how to implement these, see, I haven't done any coaching with you all right now. I'm just sharing a wisdom nugget for you. I'm just telling you all, this is what it is. Okay. But if you want to learn how to implement this stuff, how to put all the moving parts together in a succinct order, whereas you can sort, sift, separate yourself from other competitors and you are the expert in your place, then I can show you that. And I promise you, it is life changing when you can pay. If I told you that for $100, for example, you can make $1,000 off a skill set, who would not take that deal? That is one of the selling propositions that I use when I teach and train people in Forex. My job is to show you how to develop a skill set through all of these teachings and trainings, so you can take $10 and turn it into $100, or $100 and turn it into $1,000. Once you do that, you have the skill set you set. It doesn't matter what the economy is doing. God gave us the ability to create our own economy. So if you know that, then you're going to be just fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get in here and go to my appointment, but I was inspired to share that with you, how I got started, what really got me on the road to entrepreneurship. Being able to see trends and see things and being able to be used by God, even in this space. There are a lot of people, a lot of churches who could not keep their doors open because of financial woes and disparities. And the reality of it is all they had to do was learn a few extra skill sets, tweak a few things, and everything would have worked out just fine. The good thing is it's not too late, y'all. All right. So that being said, you all, please do me a favor. Drop a comment below. Thank you all who put the comments right there. Let me know what you think about this type of teaching. I got a 3-day challenge that I'm doing about a couple of moves, that you can use and start immediately. If you're interested in that, I'll leave a link in the comment section. But those pieces, and it's coming up in March. We're already done with the one for February. But with those few key strategies, you can immediately start to implement these tips and strategies. Change your life. Change your business, change the whole way that you're approaching things, just with that right there. So, family, I appreciate you all. Please share the broadcast. Share this with anyone who needs to hear this. We also have a new podcast. Lady Favors and I, we're doing a podcast called MentorMeFavors. I'm going to leave that down there. We did one piece about the importance of paradigms, how to shift your mindset and understand that the importance of it and the power of it, right? Because sometimes in life, you just don't know until someone tells you so. And that's not a problem. That's why we educate people. That's why we teach. That's why we train. That's why we coach. Okay. So that being said, man, love you all to life as always. Be positive on purpose and not by accident.